am so excited to talk to you guys today about happy, healthy hair. It is something that I often get asked. My hair is quite long now, but it did not used to be this long. If we've not met before, my name is Rachel, and I actually started using Young Living products because I was searching for something to help with my hair loss. I had some skin issues that I was dealing with, and I just could not figure out what was going on. I had tried what felt like everything under the sun, all the creams, all the shampoos, all the doctor's appointments and dermatologists, and I think it is important if you're having a lot of physical symptoms and issues to just make sure there's nothing like an electrolyte imbalance or vitamins or minerals, like those kinds of things, making sure those are off the table and then kind of seeing what you can do instead. So I wanted to talk to you today about happy, healthy hair because like I said, that's how I got started using Young Living products. I actually started looking at a different company and I started using those, and I thought they were, natural and fresh until I actually looked into those ingredients a bit more, and I was pretty shocked at the greenwashing that was going on. So if you don't know what greenwashing is, it is just like slapping, let's say, a picture of a plant on a bottle or saying fresh or natural. But actually there can be a lot of hidden ingredients. Fragrance is a big one that's in a lot of our products, our bath products, our care products, hair products, those things that can just burden our bodies over time. That's called something called bioaccumulation. So it's like a little bit that gets into your body over and over, your hair or your skin, or you inhale it in your home. Something that you just are constantly exposed to all the time. And we think it might not be a big deal because it's just a little bit, but over time our body just gets tired, right? So the more that we can do these simple swaps, these are things that we can use every day, and we probably do use every day, that we can find a safer swap for. So some of the most dangerous chemicals in your bathroom products, I just wanted to read a couple of these. If you don't yet have EWG, it's called Environmental Working Group. That's a really great app, or you can even just use it on your phone or your computer. You can type in like a chemical, not a chemical necessarily, but like something on the back of your thing. So let's see, what would this one be? Let's see. So lauryl glucoside. You could say lauryl glucoside, EWG, and that's a really good way to pull up kind of a description of what the ingredient is, what it does, if there's any kind of risks, that kind of thing. Another great one is Think Dirty. It's an app that you can get and you can scan products. I actually prefer EWG just because you can actually look up ingredients. So it's super simple, it's easy. So a lot of the things that you might think are, safe or a better option aren't. And that's just why I love having Young Living that I trust. So we've been using their products for almost 5 years. Started with essential oils. I started creating my own hair care, like mists and sprays. I'm going to make one with you guys actually, my mermaid spray. I started making my own skincare products, and I am so blessed now that after using the products, I mean, it didn't take 5 years, but after a while, I did look up all the ingredients. That was me on EWG, like typing in everything. I'd look at the Young Living label and I type in all the ingredients to make sure that it was safe so that I can have my own peace of mind. And now that I do that, I did it, I don't do it anymore because we trust Young Living. We are so happy that they have over 600 products that we can use in our home. So essential oils like supplements, skincare, facial care, body care, like absolutely everything that we need in our home, but I don't have to second guess what's in the product. And I feel confident and safe in how they're, grown and harvested and those kinds of things. So that's really, really important, is we have a seed to seal process and promise. And that just means that nothing else is going in our soil and going in our products so that we get the absolute best product. So that's a little bit about that. The most dangerous chemicals in your bathroom products. So I'm just gonna grab a few of these, and I challenge you, if you have a product at home that you haven't yet swapped out, to maybe read the ingredients on the back if you notice any of these that I list off, or even just to type them in into Think Dirty or EWG. So sulfates. There's surface acting agents. They clean the dirt and excess sebum from the skin. A lot of words you might notice are like SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, SLES, ammonium lauryl sulfate. They can cause frizzy hair. They can also be hormone disruptors, and they can actually harm the environment. Parabens is a preservative. It prevents bacteria from growing in your shampoo. So parabens you can look for are butyl, propyl, ethyl, They mimic the hormone estrogen, and they can be linked to breast cancer. So that's a huge one. Like, the products we're using can be linked to hormone disruption, alterations. And we're wondering why, maybe that was me at some point, like, why is my hair falling out? Well, maybe it was the product I was using that disrupted my hormones, which can cause, hair things, right? Your hormones are a huge source of everything in your body. Like, they're in control of absolutely everything. Polyethylene glycol, it's a derivative of petroleum, and it's a thickening agent. It can cause damage to your scalp long term. You can find it on the sides of the bottles listed as 100, 120, 14M, 30, 32, 75, and so on. Phthalates, they're used in hair care products to increase spreadability of the product. They make perfume and synthetic fragrances stick to your hair and scalp. They're also an endocrine disruptor, meaning they can cause early puberty in girls, reduce sperm count in men, a lot of hormone imbalance things. Formaldehyde, this is used as a preservative. You'll see it on the bottle as bronopol, imidazonurea, I can't even say it, DMDN, hydantoin, quantirum 15, and diazo, I can't even say it. So a point is, like, to literally look at the ingredients. You can't read it, don't know what the heck it is, pop that word into EWG and it will bring stuff up. Triclosan, it's an antibacterial, antifungal agent added to reduce or prevent bacterial contamination. It's also known as a hormone disruptor. It can cause you to gain weight or lead to infertility. Dimethicone, it's a silicone that's added to hair products. It acts like a protective layer to the hair shaft, but it builds up residue on your scalp. It prevents moisture from entering the hair, and it actually clogs your pores. Retinol palmate, it's used in a variety of products from eye drops, shampoo, sunscreens. It is always touted for its anti-aging properties, but it can cause skin itching, redness, scaling, and peeling. It can also be linked to cancer. Alcohol, they're used in hair care products, and they make your hair extremely dry. You can look for words like propanolol, isopropyl alcohol on the sides of bottles. It's used as a thickener in some shampoos, but can cause brittleness in the hair. Fragrances, most brands use fragrance as a word to kind of trick people, right? So if we see fragrance, we're like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, it's whatever scent, but fragrance can be thousands of chemicals. So companies don't have to disclose the word fragrance. It is just like their trade secret, so they can put hundreds, if not thousands, of chemicals in there, and we don't really know what it is. So it's an alarming word to see, and it's something that I try to avoid in my products as much as I can. Colors, usually they're derived from coal tar or petroleum. You can see the synthetic colors labeled FDNC or DNC. Toluene, it's a petrochemical solvent used in most hair dyes. It's found in crude oil. It's also used in gasoline and paint thinner. It can hamper your immune system, cause birth defects, headaches, dizziness. It can also leave effects on your central nervous system. On the label, you can look for things called benzene, phenylmethane, toluol, or benzylbethane. See, I can't even say it. Resorcinol, it's a common crystalline ingredient in hair dyes and bleaching agents. It can cause disabilities in your immune system and thyroid dysfunction. Selenium sulfide, it's a proven carcinogen, which means it can cause cancer. There's no safe exposure to this chemical. Its lab tests on mice show development of tumors. It can also damage your liver and your kidneys. It's most commonly in your anti-dandruff shampoos as like a medication kind of. Quantirum 15 is a formaldehyde releaser. Oh my gosh, okay, this is the last one. It's a surfactant and preservative used in shampoos and conditioners. It's a skin toxin, allergen. It can cause reproductive toxicity in animals during testing. Its potential has a link to cancer. So these are alarming ingredients that are in many of the products that we're using. I know they were in products that I was using, and if that's you, that's fine. When we know better, we do better. The alarming thing is it's something that sits on our shelf, so we think it's okay, right? It's something that you can go to the store, you can look at it and say, yep, You know, it's sold on the store shelf as shampoo, whether it's for you or maybe like it's even a children's shampoo, which is even scarier. And it's just something that we need to be a little bit more mindful of, because if we don't know better, we can't do better, right? So sharing, educating other people, looking at labels, reading ingredients, it doesn't have to be overwhelming at all. That's why I really like environmental working group, is just like pop the ingredient in there and away you go. Or you can even look up, like I could look up Thieves cleaner on there, and I can find it on there, and it will give me a description, it will give a rating, it'll share the ingredients and what they do, and that's just a really easy way to kind of alleviate a little bit of the stress. Like, you don't have to switch everything, it doesn't have to be overwhelming, but it is really important, I think, first of all, to have a chemical-free home. So we're talking about hair care today, but having a chemical-free home is going to help your entire body. It's going to help your hair, it's going to help your skin, it's going to help your immune system, your respiratory system. Like, having a chemical-free home is probably the most important part, and that just starts by ditching and switching. So picking one thing maybe a month that you want to switch out, whether it's a cleaner, a dish soap, a hand soap, maybe it's your makeup, maybe it's your hair products, but trying to, as best that you can, just slowly swapping things out so you have that chemical free home. That environment overall is going to greatly help every part of your body. So today we're talking about hair care, but ultimately it's going to help every part of your body. So now for some hair care products that I use. I'll see if anyone commented. Yeah, natural, fragrance free, that had perfume in the ingredients. Like, you have to look, it is so alarming. Or things that I'm like, oh yeah, it says it's like natural and fresh, then the first ingredient is like fragrance, and I'm like, that's not natural or fresh. So yeah, it's crazy. And it's sad because when people are trying to do better, they look at something and it is labeled that says natural or fresh or scent free, and then if you actually look at the ingredients, it can be pretty alarming sometimes. So that's why I love that Young Living takes the guesswork out of it. And now that I have researched their products and their company and the ingredients, I have such a peace of mind with that. So let's talk about products that I like to use for hair. So my hair is quite long now. I never straighten it, but I actually straighten it. It does need a trim though. And I think my first tip for wanting to care for your hair is, like I said, that chemical-free environment. I was looking for something for hair loss, I was looking for something for skin issues, but I truly think that it stemmed from the products I was using in my home overall and my emotional health, my emotional state. So emotions are linked to your physical body. What I was having in symptoms, maybe and probably it was linked to the products I was using, but it was also because of my emotional, health. So making sure that you're mindful of that, looking at your hormonal health, your emotional health, just because it's something showing in like a physical symptom that your hair is not growing or something, doesn't mean that it can't have a root cause in emotional health or, back and forth, right? They go together. Yes, EWG, Environmental Working Group, was the site I mentioned. So first things first, what I've been using for the last almost 5 years now is the Lavender Mint shampoo and conditioner. So with Young Living, we have two different scents, Lavender Mint and then Copaiba Vanilla. I've tried both. I love the smell of both, but for my hair, I prefer the Lavender Mint. So these are about 20-ish, I think, dollars, which honestly isn't that bad for the cost of shampoo. And what I really love about Young Living products is that we are not paying for water. So we're not paying for it to be diluted. We're not paying for, that extra large bottle to have it diluted. You can choose to dilute this if you want. So I don't dilute the shampoo at all, but I do dilute my conditioner. So what I'll do is I'll start using it a little bit and then I'll add a little bit of water. I have tried to pour it into different containers, but I end up sometimes making it a little bit too loose or too thin. So I'll just use a little bit up, add a bit of water until I'm kind of at a good consistency. And a little goes a long way when you're using great products. So that's the thing too, is they're not diluted with water. There's nothing else in them. They're just great products that you can just use a little dab. Like, we don't need more and more and more for something to work for us. So I've been using these for the last, like I said, almost 5 years. And then recently I made the switch to Thieves dish soap as my shampoo. So I saw someone do this online, I don't even know where, and I've seen quite a few people do it now, and it works fabulous. Like, so wild. It works. I prefer it to the shampoo now. So what I do now is I do the Thieves dish soap as my shampoo, and then I use the conditioner as my conditioner, obviously. But it is so cool that we have products that are also multi-purpose. Like there is no reason that you can't use your dish soap for your shampoo or your shampoo for your dish soap because they have good ingredients and they're clean. So I can eat my dishes using shampoo because I know it's safe for me. I can wash my hair with my dish soap because I know it's safe for me. And I love, love, love that. We do not have to worry about what's going on our dishes or our hair. So, and that's the thing too, is like, okay, well, if it's not safe enough for you to eat off of, why would you put it on your hair? Or if you're putting it on your hair, like that's your skin. Your skin is your largest organ. You're going to absorb some of it into there, like let alone your hair. It's literally your scalp and you're absorbing it. So love it. It's actually even cheaper. It's I think $11-ish or something. So it's cheaper than the actual shampoo and I love it. Like it is the best. Let's see. I love lavender mint shampoo and I dilute it. Yeah, so great. Dish soap for shampoo, Brittany agreed. Yeah, a little goes a long way. And I think that's kind of like just we're used to it in society is like, oh, more is better, more foam, more lather, like more. Actually, no. When you're using something that's really concentrated and it's really good product, you don't have to use a whole ton. So I love that we have that option, and that's what my go-to is now, is the Thieves dish soap for shampoo and then the lavender mint shampoo. The other one that I use, that I've been using for the last 5 years for sure, it was one of my first DIYs, and I'm not a big DIY person, but it's one that I love. I'll make it with you guys, is the Mermaid Hair Care Mist. If anybody's watching and they use the Mermaid Mist, you can give a little comment on how you use it. My bottle actually broke recently, so I'm going to make a new one with you guys and talk about the oils that I put into it. So there's just a cute little label that I got. And this is something that I use on wet hair after I shower, then I brush it out, or on dry hair. You can use it on whatever. So just get a cute little bottle, whatever you want. I have a label that I bought. And then we're going to put in at least 3 oils. So there's lavender, cedarwood, and rosemary are kind of like the staple oils for hair care mist if you've seen them before. So cedarwood is really great for like dry skin, if you have any dandruff. It's great for hair loss. And I put about maybe like 10 drops. I actually love the smell of cedarwood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you have a different recipe, you can share yours because I love to see all the different ones. Lavender. Lavender is kind of the Swiss Army knife of everything. Works really great for hair, skin, also to relax, good for your mind, good for kind of detangling, all those kinds of things. Ooh, I'm on the end of my lavender bottle here. Maybe not. Okay, I'll add the lavender after. You get the idea for that one. Rosemary. Rosemary is so stimulating. It is really great for your brain. So if you're using it on your scalp and your brain and your hair, that's a really nice one to add. I love to add this one for hair growth too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to pretend I put the lavender in because I have another bottle somewhere. Optional ones that people add. So that was lavender, cedarwood, rosemary. That's kind of like the staples that most people use. You can even add them too. Like if you wanted to add some into your Thieves dish soap, if you're using it as a shampoo, or into your lavender mint. But again, lavender mint has lavender peppermint oil. Wintergreen is a really nice one. It's kind of fresh. It's stimulating, that my friend Chantel always puts in hers, that I have been putting in my mermaid spray for a while. This time I'm actually going to add a new one. So every morning I use White Angelica for emotional support. It's really great for just kind of blocking negative energies and just a great way to start the day. I tent with it every morning. But one of the things I do always is like tent with it, and I'll like rub it through my hair. So why not put it in my mermaid mist? So it smells so good too. So I'm going to try that. 1, 2, 3. And like I said, I think one of my reasons why I had some of those hair and skin issues was because of emotional support. So one of the things I do every single day is support myself hugely with my emotions. So why not add something like that to a spray that I'm going to be using? So your oils that you've got in there, and then you're going to top it a little bit with witch hazel. Witch hazel distillate is just a way that the oils can kind of stick to it because water and oil don't mix very well. So you just need a touch, not much. and then the rest I'll just top with water and use that every day. So wet hair, dry hair, doesn't matter. I use it definitely after wet hair and then I comb, but that's how it is. And I would just fill the rest with water. Actually, I do have water. Then I can put it on and show you what it's like. So I use my empty Ningxia bottles for water for my diffusers. So I'll test my skills here. Alright, so that's it. And you can spray it all over. A lot of people ask, they're like, oh, is it going to make your hair greasy? Or no, it doesn't. So that's like using oil for your skin. If you have oily skin, some people are like, oh my goodness, it's going to make my hair oily or my skin oily. It won't. That's kind of a myth. So another big tip I have is this little guy right here. It's called a wet brush. So what we do when we brush our hair, comb our hair, we want to make sure that we're not pulling on it. The wet brush is amazing. You can buy them online. And I've had mine for years. I actually found this new one that I had a while ago, so I'm just starting to use it. But it's a really great way that you can brush your hair, whether it's wet or dry, but especially when it's wet, so you're not pulling on the hair and you're not ripping it out. I highly suggest everybody gets a wet brush. I love it. And then the last year I have been using, I've been adding in mirah hair oil. So I'm sure you've heard this before, like the more you wash your hair, the more you dye your hair, that is going to be stressful on your hair. I personally haven't dyed my hair in probably 4 years at least, and I just won't go back. For me, it was mostly due to like my hair grows fast, so it was kind of a pain. It was a waste of money. It would look great for a while, and then 2 weeks later I'd have hair growth. I'm trying to, you know, swap out, have as less chemicals as I can in my home. So for me, that was just a really easy switch to save money and to just have less chemicals, was to stop dyeing my hair. I know that's not everybody's path, and that's totally fine, but less dyeing of your hair will help it strengthen, will help it grow, will obviously be better for your body because you're going to have less exposure to chemicals. And same with less washing of your hair. So I don't wash my hair every day, except this past year I have. So normally I don't, and that's a really great way to just kind of take care of your hair, let your natural hair oils, you know, do their thing and not be dried out all the time. But since working in a pandemic in a hospital, I wash my hair every single day after I work, which I didn't do before. So since then I have been adding in the mirah hair oil. So this is a really, really nourishing hair oil that I actually had for years and I didn't use a ton of because I wasn't washing my hair every single day. But now that I am, it is really important that I make sure it's not super dry and I'm just taking care of it. So this has, let's see what it has in it. Like argan oil, kernel oil, marula, black spruce, geranium, orange, lavender, ylang ylang, rose. So you really don't need a lot at all. You just need a couple little drops and rubbing your hands together, and I just comb it through. So whether that's to just kind of smooth things out, whether it's for your ends. I've seen people use the mirah hair oil for like a hair mask that you can put on. But it's really nice because it's light. You can use it for like little frizzies on top, whatever you want. And this is one that I have been also adding in over the past year, just because I've been washing my hair so often that it's kind of stripped of its natural oils a little more than I would like to. So but yeah, my hair's pretty good for washing it every day almost over the last year. So those are kind of my staple like actual hair products. And then I just want to mention a couple different supplements that could be supporting your hair health. So like I said, like it's more important to have that chemical free home overall, making sure you're just limiting your exposure to chemicals, to toxins wherever you can. Look at those ingredients lists, check EWG or Think Dirty app, and just be aware of what you're putting on your body and in your home. And then a couple supplements that are really great for hair support and other things. So you probably won't think of this one for hair support, but it is Super B, something that I take every single day for energy support, hormone support, my adrenal system, for my mood. Love Super B, like I could not go without it. But one of the ingredients in Super B is biotin, which is vitamin B7. It helps convert fats and amino acids to energy. So like I said, good for energy, but it's also really good for hair, skin, nails. Also prevents, helps prevent yeast and fungus growth. So yes, it's a supplement that I use for energy and mood and all that, but it's also good for your hair. If you've seen any kind of like hair vitamins and things like that, a lot of them have biotin in it, and that's in your Super B. So if you're using Super B already, it can be supportive for your hair and your skin and your nails. So that's one I take every single day. And then one I don't take every single day, but I know a lot of people swear by it, is Sulfurzyme. So it comes in tablets or it comes in powder, and Sulfurzyme has MSN in it. No, MSM, not MSN like the messenger. So it has MSM in it, which is methylsulfonyl-methane. Anyways, it's a natural protein. So the protein binding compound, it is found in breast milk, fresh fruits and vegetables, in Ningxia wolfberries, which is part of our Ningxia Red that I drink every single day. So again, Ningxia Red probably also helps my hair grow because I drink it every single day. But this helps with hair, skin, nails, and joints. So a lot of people swear by Sulfurzyme. I don't personally take it every day. I did for a while. It comes in a powder or a capsule formula, but I know people that swear by this one. I'm a big Super B girl, so if that's giving me what I need, I don't tend to take Sulfurzyme every day. But it's really cool how one, supplement or vitamin or mineral, or even one oil, like yes, you're using it for one reason, but also it can add support to your body in other ways. So I think that's something that's really important to think about, is just having that chemical free home overall. And then whatever product you are using something that you know the ingredients of it, it's good for your body, good for your home, making sure you know how it's grown and produced. And that's why we love Young Living and we're confident in their products. And then if you're using supplements and things like that, they can also have added benefits, right? I never thought that taking Super B would be, beneficial for hair growth. I was taking it for energy and mood support, but it is great for your entire body. So it's cool that we have, this availability of products. So I will share the recipe below. I'd love to hear your guys' takeaways. I'll share this to IGTV so everybody can see it after. Let's see what other people said. Yeah, Sulfurzyme. Yeah, hair treatment. You can add mirah hair oil as like a like a hair mask kind of thing, right? So awesome, love it. And you can add powder Ningxia or powder Sulfurzyme to your Ningxia. So good too. So lots of different ways to use that. First thing first would be to get that chemical free home, and then just kind of start swapping things out. So if you try any of these, I would love to hear, and I hope you guys have a lovely day.